Do you have data that can show, or can you speak to data that says that you're getting better results, better patient engagement than perhaps the traditional the traditional routes of healthcare?
So, first of all, again, to go back to what our job is to prove that this technology is a game changer in the healthcare market, and I would argue that this is also the solution for the lack of supply of clinicians. In order to do that, we constantly need to collect outcomes, and we need to communicate those outcomes to patients, to the clinicians, to the health plans, that we are doing a better job than what's out there. So let's start with how outcomes are being measured today. Today, in the brick and mortar clinic, most of the people here, when I'll ask them, when you go to your physical therapist, your psychologist, your social worker, your occupational therapist, do you know what their outcomes? Usually no. Usually you're choosing your clinician based on someone recommended to go to that guy. Yes. This is the market standard. We have to switch that to actually talk about numbers, engagement, how it's actually affecting our life. Am I going to the psychologist? Am I actually making progress? Am I actually, if I'm doing a physical therapy, can I do more things? Can I actually improve my mobility? So that's a general statement. What we are trying to do is to measure everything all the time. Some would argue, by the way, too much, but that's a different discussion. But we have, every time you put a VR headset on, we are measuring 500 data points. Every time. And every time someone is putting a VR headset on, is basically entering or is part of a computer-generated environment. The fact that the patient is inside a computer-generated environment allows us to measure outcomes all the time. So we can actually track how they're progressing. But that's, by the way, not enough. We're also tracking patient-reported outcomes. So we're constantly asking the patient, do you actually feel that it's helping you or not? How do you think? What do you see in your day-to-day activity that is actually helping you? And the same goes for the clinician. We're asking the clinician, do you see any improvement? Does your patient actually getting better? On top of that, we're tracking medication, we're tracking adherence and compliance.